This looks like it's the control panel. It's covered with screens and buttons and so on. Ooh. The music just keeps getting cooler. It's a haunty, spacey melody. I love the sheer otherworldliness of the music. It really adds to the atmosphere of how fucked up the situation is and surreal. I think that might be why the soundtrack is the way it is of these games. It's supposed to get that feeling across of, this is some weird shit, man. Because, like, yeah, of course you'd think that if you were in this situation, you know? I was thinking it might, like in several parts of 999, have different parts of the control panel do different things. But maybe it's just the levers here in this case, because those look important. Oh, maybe not? Let's see here. Well, for the moment, it might be very important, but it also may not be at all. But I have a feeling there's going to be parts of this that are different, that, like, have something to do. But maybe at least yet, it's not a thing. But it also might not be a thing, period. But, like, why would something like a control panel not be involved in the puzzle? We'll see, but I'd be kind of surprised if this has nothing to do with it, especially with all the levers here. Maybe it'll only really activate when, like, you have something to activate. This laptop's gotta be important. Okay, yeah. And then, okay, yeah, we can look at the clipboard. Test clipboard. Why does it say test in... Oh, it says test in quotes because that's the letters on it. I bet the colors and letters are supposed to correspond together for some kind of code. That's what I'm thinking, anyway. There's a piece of paper on that clipboard. It says test. Each letter's written in a different color. There was no punctuation in that last sentence. Weird. Some typos and stuff seem to always get in games, and it makes sense. The more text you're dealing with, the less easy it probably is for there to be literally no typos. Because that's a lot of characters to possibly get wrong, you know? I pretty much always discover a typo or two in anything lengthy I read of any kind. I think that's just kind of how it is. The T is green and the E is blue. The S is yellow and the second T is pink. They all look like they've been written with a highlighter. Well, for the moment, I'll just kind of leave that as it is, because I don't think there's anything we can really do with that yet. A laptop. It's got something on the screen. There's also a stick in the side, and I wonder if that's relevant. It's the letter T. Okay, here we go already. Huh. Did you see that thing plugged into the side of the laptop? Yeah, I have a feeling the USB stick was relevant. Yeah, it looks like a memory stick. USB scanner? Interesting. I don't think this is a memory card. What? Unless I missed my guess, it's actually a portable scanner. See? There's a thin slit on the end. Just wave that part over any images or text you want to scan. Then you can just plug it back into the laptop and look at whatever you scanned. Neat. Text and images. Wait a minute. USB scanner yellow. Interesting. It just turns it yellow. Okay, so... Huh? The screen changed. Do you think it's because you pulled that thing out? Oh, hey, the screen's blue now. This is... Oh, already a password. Looks like a password. You think it's for the panel on the safe? I assume so. You found it already? No. Wait, seriously? Nah. Like, why would that be the whole fucking thing? That's gotta not be it, right? A cardboard box filled with complicated machinery. Do you think we can use it? I don't even know what it is. But I have a feeling she knows something about tech, because that scanner guess, I would not have ever guessed that, I feel like. These are all wrapped in PP bands. PP bands? Rope made of polypropylene. That's a fun word. Difficult one. Okay, yeah. It might just be a minor safe. A compass. One leg has a needle, the other leg has a pencil. You think we're supposed to use this for something? Well, usually you use a compass to draw circles. Where should we draw a circle, though? On a piece of paper, I would assume. How big of a circle? I don't know. We had an angle to set the compass to, that might help. Protractor. Haven't seen one of these in a while. You remember what they're for, right? You use them to figure out angles. There's a red line 30 degrees away from the 90-degree mark. And yeah, that's my experience too. I haven't used a protractor since high school. I think most people haven't. I think that's a joke. What's it mean? Maybe it's telling you to set some angle to 30 degrees. Some more covered boxes, more machinery. I think there's anything useful here. What about these binders? These look promising. Let's see here. Damn, I can't understand any of this. Some kind of code? None of these have anything useful. So much for that. Interesting. What is that supposed to mean? If they're just like jumbled code? Some papers. They're filled with incomprehensible code. Blue clock. It says 510 minutes on the face. That's a long time. Oh, there's 2 lockers here. Oh boy. Oh jeez. There's a lot here. Off, on, off, on. There's a small hole in it. It looks like it was made with a needle. Are you thinking about putting the compass needle in that hole? Yeah. The compass isn't spread though I don't think you can draw a circle like that. Oh. Oh! She has on and off written on it a bunch of times. There's a tiny hole in the middle. So. Interesting. So you use the compass to make a circle. The circle touches specific words. Maybe those words are a clue. Maybe it's a pattern of off, on, off. We'll deal with that later. I think... Let's see. Wait. I'll deal with that in a second. I just kind of want to have more of a look around before I deal with... I like how there's not a lot of, like, screens to go between in this game. You're able to just scroll around the room. It's more intuitive, and I like it better. Well, either way, let's actually open the safe first. Maybe that really was just, like, the file password, and then I'll read the files immediately. I think that really is the safe, but I think we just found the file password, because there's no way we found the actual password, right? Sun in the dead center, star in the top middle, another star on the left, in the middle. Safe. Looks like the ones I saw in the AB room in the infirmary. So if you put in a password, it should open. Looks like it works the same too. Completed. Okay, yeah, that's the file password. Piece of cake. Feels good, man. Okay, so, Readin time. Because I'm not gonna miss it, because it might have important clues to some extra stuff in some way. Just like the last one did with the phone numbers. Swimsuit. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Perhaps the author. Why is that? Was he involved in a horrible swimsuit accident, now repressed in his youth? You have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance. Is he just a perv? The world may never know. Uchiko's just a perv. He knows this, and he wrote this because they know, I think. Password input device. Okay, so this is what we're looking for the bomb. This device can be used in an emergency. I've started to realize that a lot of when you get these things, it spoils some upcoming stuff, but I still want to keep reading them when I get them, just because, I don't know, I'd rather. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the antimatter bombs hidden throughout the facility. It doesn't really have any official name. Sometimes it's called the Sometimes it's just the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath an LCD display. On the top is a large black cable which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate. Entering the correct password on the keyboard will stop the detonation. In a general sense, an antimatter reactor is a system that generates electricity or some other form of power from matter-antimatter reactions. This facility uses hydrogen and antihydrogen. The reactions power a turbine, which generates energy and powers everything in the facility. Looks like a gigantic octopus, but it's definitely not edible no matter how you cook it. Aruchikoshi humor me. Antihydrogen atom, a particular type of antimatter. Normal hydrogen atoms have one proton and one electron, but an antihydrogen atom has the opposite, one antiproton and one positron. In November 2010, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN. Oh, this is a company that is also referenced in Steins Gate, I remember. Does Uchikoshi have anything to do with Steins Gate? I don't think so, but that's interesting. Issued a statement announcing that they had captured an antihydrogen atom. They claimed that they had gathered 38 of them, in fact, and managed to hold them in a special container for 0.2 seconds. Less than 6 months later, in June 2011, they managed to capture several more antihydrogen atoms and contain them for more than 1,000 seconds. Although the creation and storage of antimatter is still a difficult obstacle, these results suggest that antimatter reactors could someday be a possibility. TNT equivalent. TNT is often used as a reference point when discussing the power of explosive devices. Specifically, explosive power is usually described by tonnage. The amount of energy 1 ton of TNT produces is approximately 4.14 gigajoules. This means that an explosive device with an output of 1 megaton generates 4.184 petajoules. TNT stands for Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, trinitrotoluene. That's it. It's one of the most common explosives, which is how it came to be a reference point. Makes sense. I'm learning things. This has got to be real, right? Unless if it's not real, I commend the ability of Uchikoshi to make up science shit that makes a lot of sense and sounds like it's real. A kilogram of TNT has 4.184 megajoules of energy, but a kilogram of butter has 30 megajoules. Wait, excuse me? The fucking tongue-in-cheek shit in these, just why? Apparently butter is an explosive? Man, I'm getting hungry now. I'd like some butter on my toast. On a baked potato, perhaps. Anyway, E equals mc squared. Einstein's famous equation. Put it simply, it means that energy, E, is equal to mass, m, times the speed of light, c, squared. It describes how much energy you'd get by annihilating matter with antimatter, a lot, but also carries the interesting implication that with enough energy, you could theoretically create matter. Like, create these people, basically? Oh. And if the place is powered by antimatter, The amount of energy you'd get by combining 350 milligrams each of matter and antimatter. Phi. What do you get when you convert 70 milligrams to kilograms? Alice. 7.0 times 10 to the minus 4th. 0.0007 kilograms. Phi. Then what's the speed of light? Alice. About 300,000 kilometers per second. If you convert that to meters, you get 3.0 times 10 to the 8th. Or about 3 billion meters per second. Phi. And what if you square that? Alice. 9.0 times 10 to the 16th. Fine. Then if you multiply that times the original mass, Alice, you get 63 times 10 to the 12th, 63 trillion. I love how they can go back and forth about this. Do they both know about bombs for specific reasons? Pi just seems to know a lot about science. I feel like maybe that was written as kind of a fan service thing, because like them going back and forth about that like science was something they did earlier, and I actually love that. Alright, files read. Let's continue solving puzzles. Wow, amazing. It's almost like that's what you do in this video game. Other than go nuts. Because holy fuck this story, excuse me? Okay, what about all this shit over here, eh? I have a feeling that... Hold on. This circle here. Let's try to understand this. How many of these are there? How many of the switches? There are... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. How many of these are in the circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So which of the... Hold on. Let's see. pattern of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 switches here. Oh, do you have to put on another switch? What's this? It's got all these pipes. Look at the black and yellow lever. It says power under it. Do you think this tubing has electrical cables in it or something? Maybe flipping these levers will let us change the amount of electrical current. What would that accomplish? I don't know. Well, I'm guessing the power lever is the source. Might as well give it a... Wait, don't get ahead of yourself. Look at the 320. Oh, the lever's missing. Yep, that's what I noticed too. I'm pretty sure that, like a lot of the other puzzles in these games, we have to find that lever. Without a replacement lever, I don't think we'll be able to do anything. That's a tall screen. I don't think it's turned on. Maybe it can't get power for some reason, because of the panel next to it. Okay, so that's gonna be important, and we need to turn that on. I see, I see. What the hell is this big machine? What is this thing? It's huge! I would guess it's used to analyze things. It looks like it's missing a part, though. Let me know how my, like, experimental Luna voice is going, by the way, guys. Because I'm a little self-conscious about trying to put on female voices. But for characters like Fi, I feel like my voice works okay, because she's rather tomboyish anyway, which is why I love her. Okay, so it's another thing that I can't actually... It's weird how all these controls, you can't fuck with them. They aren't part of anything, which is very weird. They aren't part of the room at all as far as solving puzzles. But what was this? It seemed like some kind of big test chamber. Oh, here we go. What are all those numbers supposed to mean? We're gonna have to figure that out, obviously. But they obviously correspond to test. To, like, the letters in some way. Alright, this piece of paper has 4 rows of 4-digit numbers. The color of each digit seems to be random. Green, blue, yellow, pink. They all look like highlighter colors. Highlighters, you say. Yep. So, whenever I have any inkling about what to do with those, it's gotta be some solution to something, right? I almost guarantee you it's got something to do with maybe the solution to the final thing, but anyway. These are not moved. I love how they're called PP bands, by the way. Just like in every game that has PP. And how, you know, PP, you know. Even South Park's Stick of Truth made a literal joke about that in a video game, which is beautiful. I just love the surreal... It's almost cozy, just sitting here and thonking about puzzles. I really like these games for that. Not even almost, it is cozy. It's like, puzzling time. Because I think a lot of games I'm used to being all psychologically stressed. Honestly, especially these games, but these rooms are normally pretty just chill-timey, with funny jokes in between and stuff, although sometimes it gets tense, but not as much as the rest of the story. Like, the visual novel is the stressful part of this game, not the gameplay, which is different to most of the things that I play, because most of the things I play are RPGs, or something akin to that, so something with combat. So, basically what I'm saying is the gameplay is a good change of pace, and I like it. I can't even select... It looks like I can't select anything, like, that... On the very top or very bottom of rooms. I can look down there and up there, but I can't select anything and it'll just snap back as soon as I'm done tilting this stick. Looks like there's a few different books here. Got some sort of dense technical thing in a novel? Yeah, I should have figured the books were something. Doesn't look like there are any clues. Oh, never mind, though. Gosh dang it. I do wonder if that's significant. I wonder if it says anything else about it. Uchikoshi would definitely be the one. A couple of books here, but don't seem to contain anything useful. Okay, I do wonder if there's a reason they're there, though, and why the books would be there. Was it part of the study they were doing? I can't see anything else I'd need to pick up right now. I have a feeling I should be opening this. One of these. Wait, hold on. Blue and red. Hold on a second. Wait a minute! It looks like the ones in the crew quarters. Even the puzzle panel looks similar. Let's see here. Oh wait, whoops. I wish you could look at your inventory so you don't have to do the dumb dialogue. Okay. I'm gonna try just blue and red. HM. Wait a minute. 4 and 4, but the grids are 3 and 3. So where would you put them? There's something else. Do you have to figure out how to arrange the numbers? And see, that keypad is green. It's math symbols. What? Whoa. Yeah, I have no clue at all. It's math symbols other than just pluses. I see. I feel like there's got to be something else I'll need to pick up, but what the hell could it possibly be? Wait, I just realized I probably need to scan something else, but I needed to pick it back up. Okay, hold on. Green. There we go. Look at the screen. 3271. Huh, it changed. Huh? That's weird. This is the paper with the numbers on it, right? It's only showing 4 digits, though. Well, if we read them in the direction of the arrow, then we've got 7213. And they're green. Wait a minute. Do I have to figure out how to make 7213 with this keypad? Okay. 7213 is what I need. In fact, hold on. Before I forget that. Also, I could do math problems like this if I have to. So how do I get 721 and 3? By the way, I struggled with basic math in school, and I needed an IEP to get through school, so I will be using a calculator for some of this stuff. Because I've never really understood division. 5 plus 2 would be 7. Okay. Now we need a 2. 0 plus 2. 1 and 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Oh, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Bam. Pretty sure that should be it. Feels good, man. Excellent. Unlocked. Good work. Now open it up. I always like Fi's smiles, especially because of how rare they are. And her, like, acting amiable at all. Oh, that's gotta be the part of the machine. It definitely looks like it. With those glowy blue squares on it and all. What is this thing? It's pretty big. You're supposed to wear it like a crown. I love Fi's weird ways of thinking. I love her, man. For so many reasons. Why the hell would I need to do that? Well, it could be part of a machine. If it is, you probably need to attach it to something. Looks like it would fit. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Got a machine. Shaped like a ring. The light in the middle is off. Because it needs to be turned on. What was this originally? Was it a notary game facility originally, or what? Big Dergy. Okay, how the hell did we find that damn lever? 'Cause I swear to God the control panel should have something. But it doesn't seem to. Red and blue. Wait, hold on. Yeah, the clocks. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay. The clocks are the hint for that locker. And then we're gonna need whatever's in that locker. So, 11400 in red and 510 in blue. HM. Can't make 11400 out of this. Wait a minute. Blue and red. Wait a fuck. Secunda. Wait a minute. There's 6. I'm stuck as hell. I feel like I have to look it up. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the kind of thing where I hope I'm less stumpable in the future, but it's kind of logic. I love solving this stuff, but it goes right over my head so easily. Obviously, as you can tell, I run with some puzzles and I can get them, but then others, it just feels like they're a little beyond my limits for the kind of logic they require, because logic is not my strong suit anyway. So, looking it up. Okay, I just looked up a little bit. You have to convert it into hours and minutes. Hold on. 510 minutes. So, I'm gonna divide that by 60. 8.5, so 830. Yeah, 830 would go there, and then the red starts. I think I'm onto it. I think I got it. 11,400 seconds, so... Fuck. How do I divide this out? I'm thinking I could divide it into 60 twice. Wait, no. Wait. No, wait. Maybe. Because I would imagine dividing the seconds by 60 would get you the minutes that they are. And then dividing that by 60 would get the hours. I'll try that, and if the numbers don't work, then I'll try something else. Makes sense to me. 3.167, so that doesn't seem right. Would it work the same way if I look up how many seconds are in an hour? Wait, hold on, no. If I literally just multiply 60 by 60, I'd get that number, right? 60 times 60 equals 3,600. So, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and divide 11,400 by 3,600. And if that doesn't work. It's another one of those big repeating numbers. So that can't be it either. Sorry, I'm gonna look it up. Alright, according to the wiki, the red numbers are 3 hours and 10 minutes for the blue clock. That is 8.5 hours. But I obviously, my by 60 twice didn't work, and I can't fathom what else you might need to do for converting seconds into hours. Because again, like, I am special needs. I can't do math on an extreme level. So, shrug, and we're going with this. Alright, so, what I need here is 8:33:10. I will figure this part out myself entirely, at least. 8. I need an 8 first. Wait a minute. The 8's already there. And so is the 3. Okay. So, I need a 3, actually. Which is easy enough. And then a 0. The fuck do I get a 0? How the fuck do I get a 0 here? Hold on, what? Oh, wait. Oh, I get it. It's not... Oh, I get it now. It's not 6 numbers. It's 8:33:10. So, 8 and... Yeah, it took me a bit to get that, but 8:30... 3... 6 and 4... 10. Right? There we go. Feels good. Did it. Yeah, I needed a little help from the internet, but I'm not ashamed of that, because math is my weakest suit. So, I apologize in advance for all of my math dumbness, friends. It's just gonna be the way it is. You did it. It unlocked. Hell yeah. See if you can open it. I love how everyone congratulates you. Gives you the nice player dopamine that you need. There's nothing. Are you fucking shitting me? There's nothing in here. There is literally zilch. Why? Why? Why would there be nothing? Oh. Oh! Do I have to open both of them to do shit? Maybe? Wow, those are some intense colors. Rainbow tree root. Whoa. What is that thing? I think it's a root system from a tree, but why is it colored like that? That is not natural, surely, right? What? Come on, no tree has rainbow roots? I don't think it looks like that naturally. They probably painted it. It's pretty ugly. I agree. So what am I supposed to do with it? I'm sure I'd make a delightful souvenir, but I don't think I'd make it past customs. Maybe you're supposed to put it somewhere. Like, well, on that machine, perhaps. Aha! But how do we turn it on? How do we get that fucking lever? I wonder if there's a lever around here that might fit. Wait, there are a bunch of levers. I do need to find a lever out of those holy control panels, Batman, don't I? Wait a minute! Oh, yeah. Up and on the bottom. Wait a minute! Maybe I need to... Okay. Wait a minute. That's probably the one I need, right? Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, this and not this is what you need the off and on for. This meaning whenever I actually get to it, when it's done circling the room. I'm not sure if I prefer this or the having to go around to different parts of the room with a manual menu system, because this is kind of slow sometimes unless there's a way to speed it up. The words it passes through. Wait, what's the line mean? If I think of this as a starting and stopping point, I'm gonna first try on, off, on, off, 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 on, off, off, off. Nothing? I guess that's not the solution. What about off, 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 on, off, on? No? What might I be missing? I'm guessing it's just like some order of those. But where do you start the order? I guess we just need to figure out which order to start it in. So, I'll try off, on, off, on, off, off. Now let's keep trying different starting points and directions until I get there? It seems to be what you need to do, from what I understand. Off, on, off, on, off, off. Nothing. The on is white. Wait a minute. The on is white. One of the levers is white. I want to go left to right. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. I'm figuring this out. So, okay, it's the third lever from the left. So, with that in mind, hold on. This is pretty genius. These puzzles, whenever I solve them, often I'm like, that's clever, that was like the solution. That was like, so if it's third from the left, then I'm thinking off, off, on, off, off, off. No, it should be off, off, on, off, on, off. So, off, 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 on, off, on, off. Wait. No. I did it. I think I do. Unless that's not it. Yeah, that on is white. That's gotta be it, right? It's gotta be what the third lever from the left should be. Off, off, on, off, on, off. So if that's not it, then do I have to go the other direction? Or is it not about direction? Oh, hell yeah! 1, 2, 3. Hold on, this must be it. On, off, on. Off, off, off. I have a feeling that's it. Because it's the third and also starts from the line. There we go! Feels good. So, Sigma, what are you doing? Don't break it. Ah, no, it wasn't me. It just fell off. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's off now, so no point crying over spilt levers. I love the way she talks in general. I love her witticisms. Maybe we can use it somewhere else? Like, where? Well, Sigma, I know exactly where. There's a lever here. I seems to think maybe it would be useful. Yes, it would indeed. It would be useful. Right about... yeah. Okay, if I just put it here... Good. There we go. So now what the hell do we do? So what should I do with this thing? I found a manual on the floor over there. It says this machine doesn't really use electricity in a conventional way. Huh? Those tubes use some kind of special liquid to transmit electricity. Interesting. Actually, it's pretty complicated. The simple version is that you can adjust the voltage by adjusting the flow of the liquid. So let's say you turn that rightmost lever all the way to the left. If you do that, then all the liquid coming from 240 will go to the left tube. Turn it all the way right, and it all goes to the right tube. What if you put it in the middle? Then it goes halved. Each pipe will end up with 120 instead of one getting 240. So what's the deal with the question marks? Those represent unknowns in the target values. The one with the 3 question marks means it's supposed to be a 3-digit number, while the ones with only 2 mean those are 2-digit numbers. And of course, the single question mark means that the value is only single digit. What about the one that starts with 3? Well, I would guess it means the hundreds digit has to be 3. So, question mark 4 question mark means the tens digit has to be 4, and question mark 5 means the ones digit has to be 5, right? Yes, I think so. So let me see if I've got this. We need to adjust the levers so that the liquid gives us the right numbers on the bottom. That's correct. Once you got all the levers set, then I think you pull down the power lever like this. Ah, makes sense. I think that about covers it. Oh wait, one more thing. The liquid will only flow from top to bottom. The manual is very specific about that. Okay, let's do this thing. But like, what are the numbers that I need? Figure out what the numbers at the ends of the pipes mean. Then adjust the lever so that the appropriate amount of liquid is poured into each breaker. Once that's done, pull the lever with the black and yellow. Hold on. Okay, so it's gotta be plus. Hold on. So it's halved right now. What does that mean? I don't have the beginnings of an inkling. Again, this is math. Half of 240 would be 120, right? Okay, if I think about it that way, hold on. If half of 240 is 120, then that means 120 is going here, and 120 is going straight here. I'm just obviously spitballing here, but then that also means that half of 120 is 60. So 60 is going here, and 60 is going there. So if I do this, then that makes 240 go straight there. I probably need to make it 300 something. How do I do that? And then something 5. I'll start with the 3 something. Right now, 240 should be going that way. right? That means 240 is going there, and there's 210. Half of 210 is 105. 240 plus 105 is 345. Maybe that's not it then. Oh, and then there's also this to contend with. This feels very over my head, frankly. But maybe I just need a break. Thanks for no dumb dialogue this time. Although, it's just Luna congratulating him, so... I don't know, I just used to in the first game, it was almost always jabs at Junpei. Jabs at Junpei. Most characters in that game's favorite pastimes. My brain. Okay, so, after a whole ass day of a break, because this puzzle broke my brain, let's try to break it instead. Well, solve. I imagine breaking these levers will only trap us in here forever, then we'd really be fucked. I'll try not to do that. I'm not gonna make any real promises about that. Anyway, alright, so, again, we have 240 here, and right now, 120 is going there. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm already gonna be able to do this better. And then another 120 is going here. From there, 60 is going here, and 60 is going here. I'm gonna start writing this stuff down, probably, but goddamn, a nice chill and a slep and going back to this game has done wonders, and that's what I'll do now instead of looking stuff up. Because I get strained very easily by doing these very logic-y things, and, you know, my solution to it during the 999 Let's Play was, I just gotta look it all up. But then I realized I don't have to do that. That's kind of what I realized literally just today, is that I already feel like I'm going to be able to solve this a lot better than yesterday. It's about knowing my limits as far as energy is concerned. Also, the day that I recorded this was kind of a doozy anyway, because that was like a couple days ago, actually. 2 or 3, I forgot about that. Feeling better about life. So yeah, 120 goes there, then 120 goes here, and then 60 goes here, so that's 160 right now. This just gets 60 from that one. And remember, Edity Durgan, in the future, you have to line up your commentary as best you can with what I'm pointing to, and you've got to also make your best efforts to point to what you're talking about to make it clear for the viewers. I'm gonna do my best. I love you, buddy. Let's do this. So, 210, which means a 105 goes here, drops down here, and then out of 105, wait, we're getting into decimals here now, because half of that, okay, so half of 100 is 50, half of 5 is 2.5, so 52.5 goes here, and 52.5 goes here. I bet the decimals will also factor into it. You probably have to make them whole numbers again, I would imagine. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that there's no decimals here. We established it was 160 right now, I do believe. That would make this 212.5 right now, I think. And I'll redo my math later if I get things wrong, but, okay, so 212.5, that'll have to do. Enough like a 5 for my purposes. I'm bad at handwriting in general, but then trying to write with a thumbstick on a frickin' controller. Oh boy. Always not been great with handwriting. I could probably practice it, but in this age of technology, we don't really need handwriting most of the time. All we know is that's 300 something, and that ends with a 5. 0.5 is probably not going to fly, so I probably need to undo that, but right now, for reference, I'm going to write down each current number of what everything is, and then when I make changes, we'll see what I do with that. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how to do all this math and how to alter it. Yeah, 105 goes this way, and then it splits. So again, 52.5 over here, 52.5 over here, 120, and then 60. But I just realized, it gets 60 from this as well, doesn't it? God, this is confusing. Hold on, let me add up the first one again. It's actually really fun the more I get into it. So it gets 120 from that. So 120 plus 60, and then that gets 60 as well, plus 52.5, right? Yeah. 230.5, I think, is the actual thing? Again, I'm gonna try to do this all in my head, but maybe I should calculator amount, because I know that I'm not the best at doing math in my head, but I know it's not impossible for me. And the way you get good at things is practicing them. Though it seems to take a lot of practice for me. I'm dealing with a lot of my deepest insecurities right now, like doing math and writing by hand, so bear with me. 230. 60. I guess I'll have to run them together. I know that's part of this because it's over it, so I won't get confused this way. I can't just make a dot for some reason, so yeah, 30.5. Cool. Oh my god. And then 120, 60 goes there, 52.5 goes here. This would be... Here, I'll do this kind of thing. We'll draw an arrow to it, right? I know that's not part of the 5, but I'm drawing an arrow to this. 60 plus 52.5 would be 112.5. I might get better at writing with my damn thumbstick by the end of the game. That would be something I'd be proud of. So that feels good. It feels good that I'm even putting myself out here and making this video to begin with, because I've been wanting to. Because I love games, and I love expressing myself, and I love Let's Play content so much. So, yeah, I'm doing it, it feels good, and I want to make this part of my living. I'm hoping to. Alright, so, 112.5, cool. As far as I know, that's what that is right now. 120, 60, 60. That's what it's getting right now. I'm gonna write down what they're all getting right now as far as I know, and then alter them. That's getting 52.5. It's also getting 160. Let's make sure it's not getting anything else. Actually, no, it's not getting 160. It's getting 80. Let's make sure that's all it's getting. Yeah, so as far as I know, this one is getting 80, 132.5. Is that a good enough 3? I don't know. I'm gonna wing it, and if I can't read them, then oh well. But 132, that's a 3, Derg. So, I'll do my best. 160, and it's a 1-digit number. Ooh, interesting. I'm getting more and more into this the more I'm working on it. Feels good, man. So, again, 160, and this is getting 80. All it should be getting right now is 80 from the way the pipes look. So this one is just getting 80. I'm flying by the seat of my pants there. I hope it's funny to you guys and not the most pathetic thing in the world. I promise you I know what this stuff should look like. I was trying to make a figure 8, but I don't know what I ended up doing instead. But yeah, I think that's legible enough to me. We'll say 230.5, 112.5, 80, 132.5. I'm pretty sure I can read all that. Let's hope so. I guess I'm the only one who has to read it, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, you try thinking it's fine after years and years of being told you need to improve your writing and trying and failing. Insert a lot of other things on top of writing. And that's why I still don't have a job right now. Because I love gaming so much that it's the only thing that I feel like putting myself out there doing. Because the fear of letting people see all of my mental dumb bullshit and just my inability is less than my love for games. So I can do this. I can't really do anything else with my life right now. Except writing. I love writing too, and I'm doing that as well, and I'm hoping to start publishing and that kind of thing, so there's all that, or at least doing something with my writing and likely with my videos. So there's that as well. At this point, I'm dead set on this because, again, I'm able to just kind of stay in my parents' house and work on what I'm working on right now, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But I want to start giving back, but I feel like I need to do it on my own way, so I'm working on this stuff online and hoping it gets somewhere. And again, I feel like I need to do it my way, which is... I mean, I could have tried to do clickbaity and popular things, but I can't fake content. Like, I feel like a lot of people do that. They just make things they don't necessarily like, but gets them clout or whatever. I can't physically do that. I couldn't imagine putting effort into something like that. So, I put effort into these very niche things that I love. But anyway, so 160 goes down this pipeline. So this is getting 160. I think it's also getting another 120. 120. Yeah, it should be getting 160 and 120. This side is a little less complicated, I feel like. Or maybe I'm just starting to get the logic and exercising my mental brain muscle enough to where I'm getting more comfortable with doing this. That's probably at least partly it. But, you know, I don't need an arrow. Arrows are hard to make. I'll just do lines. Alright, so again, so this is getting, as far as I know, let's trace them again to make sure. 160 and 120. Oh, I just realized it's also getting, this is why I looked, it's also getting half of this, so it's also getting 60 here. 160 plus 120 is 280, plus another 60 is 340. So I think right now that one's getting 340, which is interesting because it's seems to not be lit up, but it's still getting 4 something. And this one's just getting 60, and all it needs is a 2-digit number, thankfully. 120, 60. Yeah, I think that's all it's getting, unless the pipes work differently than I was about to write 120. I need 60. It's gonna be a really weird 6, but it works. It's supposed to be a 60, I hope. Okay, can I read all these right? Am I confused on what any of these numbers are? I hope not. 230.5, 112.5, 132.5, 80, 340, 60. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. I can read all of them. I just get hyper-conscious about my writing. Again, I'm sorry if it's the most hideous thing to you guys and you want to throw up. I'm so sorry, but that's just how I write. And actually showing y'all my math and my work is cool. Like, it's a cool thing that I can do in this game, so I decided to do it. That's what's beautiful about facing fear. By the way, guys, just random tangent, okay? You know, I've been feeling pretty oof. I've been feeling pretty afraid of my future right now. I've been feeling pretty down on myself. All sorts of things. But the moment I start recording, it's all that just fucking doesn't matter or exist. Because it feels like this is my fucking calling for some reason. And it's like, it takes a lot for me to get recording because of all my fears. But the moment I do, it's just like, everything falls into place. I feel better the rest of the day. I feel like I'm more clear-headed. I feel like I'm just more able to do everything, and I'm just happier. And that's why I feel like this needs to be my living right now. At least the thing I'm putting the most effort into right now. Because regardless of everything else, it's fucking therapy for me. It's just so fucking amazing what sitting here and playing a video game with the added factors of talking in a mic and also editing the video and putting it up on YouTube later. There's something about doing this, man. I love it. Okay, as far as I know, that's what everything's getting right now. Do I want to recheck my math just in case? I'd like to take another break, frankly. Because doing a lot of math is tiring to me fast. It's just another part of how I am, and another part of why I probably never really sat down and figured out how to do math better. But I think if anything's gonna make me do it, it's gonna be video games eventually. Or my interests in some way. Like, there will be something, I almost guarantee you in the future, that will make me want to do math more. Like, for example, I might want to learn to code, to program, to make games. And I know that's gonna require a lot more of this logic-y stuff. And a lot more complex. Also, brain memory. Does that mean that's like what he's like, what's in his head, our character's head? I like that. The idea of that's what this screen is. I like that. You know what, I think I should check all these values with a calculator as well, because I very well may have gotten some of these wrong. But I wanted to do it in my head to start with. Because I know I can do math in my head, it's just rather difficult for me. You know, I've started this game before, and 999, and it just hit me as to why I quit both of those games years ago when I played them initially. It's because they have fucking hard logic puzzles, and my brain doesn't do well with that stuff. But what playing these games and really wanting to get through them for the story and for completing the Let's Play have taught me is that these things can be trained, and if you have enough passion for anything like this, then your normal limitations are not gonna matter as much as for anything else, because you're gonna find a way around them. So, let's make sure all these values are correct. 240 divided by 2, I'm using my phone's calculator here right now, is 120, just like I thought. So 120 goes there. Right, so 120 divided by 2 equals 60, and that's what happens when it goes down there. 210 divided by 2 equals 105. It's, yeah, it's 105, that's right. And yeah, both of them get divided, so 105 divided by 2 is the most crucial one, I think. Yeah, 52.5. I seem to be right about that. 120 plus 60 plus 52.5 equals 232.5. Oh, this is why I did this. Okay. Also, I can redeem myself as best that I can anyway. I've established that I can read it no matter how it comes out, though. Only a 3, but oh well. 232, whoops, 0.5. Also, I'm getting less frustrated at myself for small mistakes the more I do this stuff, because I realize in the end that they don't matter, damn it. 30, oh my Jesus. 230, I can't do this for a billion years, so I need to get rid of the perfectionism-y stuff here. And I have that pretty bad because... yeah. 2.5. Cool. As far as I know, that's what that is. 232, right? Right, calculator? That's the thing about relying on the calculator, though, is because even in the moment, like, when you're using a calculator to do this stuff instead of in your head, I feel like I forget these values a little easier. That's the other thing about a calculator, and there's a lot of evidence that the long-term use of technology, well, more dependence than use, but of technology, very likely weakens our mental faculties. So it's a matter of moderation like everything else in life. But I think the more the technology becomes pervasive, and the more that modern society becomes pervasive, I think the more that moderation becomes extremely fucking important to have a good life. Because too much of anything will ruin your life, and it's way too easy to have too much of technology. That's obvious. At this point, I go riding my bike around every day. I do not stay inside as much as I used to because it fucking destroys me if I do that. I will always fucking love video games and computers, but moderation, it's needed. I'll still spend hours a day on my computer, but literally just removing a little bit of that time that I would honestly usually just use for dicking around anyway is better than keeping that time. I think I need to take another break, because this is still straining. Alright, so after a fucking week of not playing this game, because this puzzle broke my brain because I decided not to look it up, and it's very difficult for me. However, I'm going to stick it out, and I wasn't even able to write down all the actual numbers for the calculations, because I was just so brain dead. Also, a lot of my insecurities come into play as to why I felt like I needed to put the game down for this long. Because they're just conglomerating together, all of my insecurities, a lot of them anyway. You know, about my math ability, my writing ability, the fact that I don't know if these videos are any good to anyone but myself a lot of the time. The moment there's an absence of any likes or oftentimes any views sometimes, for whatever reason, probably not just or quite possibly at all loss of interest, but it's hard not to assume loss of interest, because I feel like I go invisible in general in life a lot of the time, and that most people tend to kind of ignore me for some reason. I'm just afraid, again, that nothing I ever do will really matter much to other people, but at the same time I know that I matter to my friends, and I matter to my family, and that I have mattered to a lot more strangers than I remember most of the time. Especially here on YouTube, I would say. As the amount of nice comments that I have gotten already is awesome, like, so, and stuff like that, and likes and stuff, so I know I'm appreciated, but I guess I keep feeling like everything I need to do needs to be appreciated by other people or it's not worth it. But, like, the weird, like, fallacy with that, I guess you could call that. I'm not sure what else to call that. I'm not sure if fallacy is the right word. I know logically that not everything you do is going to get acknowledged by people, especially if you're trying to get somewhere on YouTube these days, and YouTube really suppresses the little guy nowadays. I know that, but for a lot of reasons, I feel like I need to do YouTube. Making videos consumes me until I do it every day, so yeah. All I know is I'm gonna keep pushing and doing what I want because that's what I know, and it gives me a lot of personal satisfaction, and it's literal therapy for me to just talk into a mic and play a game. For a lot of reasons. And again, I'd love to impart positive things on people through this. There's just a lot of things. And I've noticed that it always helps me work through that anxiety that I always start with when I record something. To just speak about it all. But I feel like I can't work normally. Because of all of my physical and mental limitations. especially mental and emotional. So I need to make something work that is entirely on my own schedule, and when I can do it, and what I can do. So I need to make my own living, and this is how I hope to start doing it, at least in part, because I love video games so much, and passion is the only thing that really motivates me enough for me to do a lot of work. Part of me doesn't really want to play this, but I am going to keep the Monday videos going up, and I will feel better when I have this room done, and I want to get this room done today. I have to. I feel like, again, like I committed. I'm making this series go up every Monday, and I'm doing it until all the Uchikoshi games are done, and I don't care what happens other than I get that stuff done unless something really stops me externally from doing that, because internally nothing will stop me anymore. And just that very thought feels right to me. It feels like that is what should keep propelling me, and I'm gonna keep working on it. All I know is that passion without having a fallback plan, because passion is my life, it just works for me. Now, I kind of have fallbacks with other passions of mine, but I don't want to plan. I want to be able... I mean, I do plan more than I used to, but what I mean is long-term, and what I also mean is planning more to make money first instead of primarily making something of value to begin with, instead of focusing on if it will make me money or not, focusing on do I believe in it, and that's really mostly it. Does it feel good to make the stuff and get it out to people? And I want that to be the premise of everything that I do, and it is, more or less. Like, I'm still not making a dime, but I can't focus on making money. I am not wired that way. I feel like I'm one of these people that is supposed to be an example for other people on how to change the way that we live, because we depend too much on money for our happiness, and we do not need to do that as much as we think we do. And I think in part I am here on Earth to help people understand that and live the way that they want, because they can. Okay, I'm going to do the math before I get more carried away, and I'm going to finally figure this puzzle out, and we're gonna get going. I feel great. Let's do this. Alright, I see I'm settling into this. I'm feeling good. Feels good. Okay. How did I get 232.5? That is a 2, right? That first number? Shit, I don't want to do this! The more I try to manually do this puzzle, the more I realize I really don't want to. I'm sorry, guys. I know I just was like, alright, let's do this puzzle. But now that I actually, like, am starting to even do the math, my brain is like, no. So I have to look it up, or else I'm not going to get this done, or I'm going to make myself suffer a lot getting it done. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm going to do this as little as I possibly can, but I hate this puzzle. I know that was very sudden, but I started my little intro and stuff, I got settled in, and then I was like, okay, it's time to do this puzzle. I immediately felt extremely fatigued, even thinking about the logical processes I would need to do to get this puzzle done. So this is just something that is so not something I want to do at all, that I have to look it up. But I want that to be the only reason I look things up, at least. I will do that much. Because I would say a lot of the times I looked up puzzles in the last game, it was just because I was tired and I wanted to get through the story. I think I could have maybe done a lot of those puzzles. But this just... God, I hope the puzzles don't get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, or else I might just look them all up. I really... Because the thing is, I went in this game like, okay, I'm gonna improve by not looking up any of this stuff. But I should have figured, honestly, that I wouldn't be able to follow through with that because of how my mind is. I am very impaired in the logic department. Extremely. I know this, so I'll look it up. Because again, we're here for the story. I was basically like banking my pride on, okay, I'm gonna actually do this without looking it up, but I hate the very prospect of doing that so much that I'm not going to. So, yeah. Solution time. And again, I'm gonna try to do the next puzzle, but if it does the same thing to my head, I need to get through the damn room and get this video up by next Monday. So I apologize, but this puzzle can go fuck itself. You know, it's really beyond me. I literally have mental impairments that keep this kind of thing from being very feasible for me to do very much. So, BRB, but actually not really, because of the magic of editing videos. Wow. Okay, according to the guide on Thonky.com, thank you very much, by the way, Thonky, for existing, because this guide is very helpful, and I've used it several times now. It's very good. According to that site, there are actually 6 different ways to do this puzzle, which I think is really cool, and if I had the patience right now to do this, then I would, especially now that I know that, because I like when there isn't just one solution with something like this. That's cool, that you could figure out a bunch of different ways to do it. But, yeah, I need to get this video done. I can't, like, by next Monday, and I just... Because again, like, I upload them every Monday. I decided I would do that, just to have consistency. So... yeah. I just, again, like, it's either I would struggle and strain and make myself suffer to get through something I could just look up and have a painless way to go through the game. Because I think y'all are mostly here, I would hope. Or at least I am getting the most enjoyment out of, and thus I hope you are too, of speculating about the story stuff, which I need to get to by doing this stuff. I'm just gonna take all the liberties to look things up that I need to make this section painless for me, because, like, listen, there's gonna be emotional pain from the story anyway, so. Alright, friends, before I go ahead and just make this happen, I'm going to actually list off the different solutions that you could do if you wanted. Going from the left side of the puzzle to the right, so the leftmost lever to the rightmost lever, you could do down, left, down, 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 or left, down, 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 down. It's interesting to me how little rights are in this, because there aren't any in the first 2. I see some R's down in the other solutions, but it's interesting how few levers turned to the right are in these solutions. So you could also do left, down, left, right. So there's the first right in all these. Left, down, down, down. Or left, down, 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 down. Again, no rights at all. In fact, there's only literally 2 solutions with that. Yeah, there's 2 solutions out of these 6 that have 1 R in them. I just realized that. Amazing. The 5th one is left, down, left, down, down, down. And the 6th one is right. One of only 2 rights in these entire set of solutions. Right, left, down, 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 down. So I'm just going to do the first one. So, down, left, down, left. So down, left. So down, left, down, down. Wait, hold on. Is that even the right number of levers? Down, left, down, left. Okay, I skipped over one, I think. Left, and down. Okay, yeah, I skipped over some levers. But yeah, I apologize again for looking it up. My brain, just no modicum of my subconscious wants to do this puzzle legitly. I'm sorry. And I need to get this done by next Monday. Because this room has been a week and a half or so in the making, and that's ridiculous for me making one video. So I need to get a move on, I'm sorry. I tried my best to do this right, but my brain doesn't want to. Again, the moment I get super frustrated with the second one, I'm looking it up. And I'm sorry. The second one meaning the next puzzle. Yes, I am a champion! Because I looked it up. I'm a champion because I cheated. I'm sorry. God, that sounds so dirty, having to read that after cheating. Look! It turned the power on. Yeah, I did it. I didn't, though. I could have done it, probably. But my brain's like, no. Alright. Sorry. Last time, I'm apologizing for that. I kind of feel like I need to apologize for how many times I've apologized now. Anyway, this looks like a root system, but it's been dyed with several different colors. It's encased in glass. Luna seems to think I should put it in a machine, but what? I think I could put that rainbow-colored root here. nothing's happening. Hold on, it's... Oh! It took a second for something to happen. It's scanning it. It's moving. Looks like it's finally ready. But ready for what? Well... Ready for you to use this, I'm guessing. This screen? Yeah, I think. Fi has a lot of deductions about the game that end up being right, to the point where I think that she actually knows this stuff. Like Santa was feigning guessing when he really knew what was up because he was working with Zero. I just realized Santa also has white hair. Is she the Santa of this game? Is that just literally it? I guess we'll see. Again, that's what I'm here for, more than solving the puzzles correctly, so I apologize for not always legitimately solving the puzzles. Okay, moving on. Not gonna dwell on that for eternity, and again, I'm sorry if you are upset by the fact that I didn't do that legitly. And I didn't do a lot of the puzzles in the first game legitly. I think I've got it. This machine is a CT scanner. You mean like from a hospital? Yeah. One of those things that can take pictures of cross-sections that should have an S there. I've really noticed, it's like the more the internet goes on and becomes more and more of a part of human society, I've really noticed that, I swear to God, the art of writing English correctly just goes by the wayside more and more and more and more and more professional circles. Like, that should be cross-sections, I think. Or a cross-section. Either way, that is not grammatically correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. One of those things that can take pictures of cross-sections of your brain and organs and stuff? Yes, take pictures of a cross-section. Yeah, I'm not even quite sure how to grammatically pronounce that, but that does not sound right to me, the way that it's actually written. Now, I will give this game credit that the grammar is mostly right, and also, I know my grammar isn't always right. Oftentimes, you know, I catch things in my own writing that I never realized I did, or didn't do. You know, it's not easy to write correctly, at all. I acknowledge that, but enough proofreading and you would be able to do so, theoretically. But it's hard, especially the more text you're working with, to get it all right, and I am aware of that. And also deadlines and bloody-bloody-blee, so, yeah. Especially because I imagine, you know, the localizers get this game, and they basically have to localize it as fast as they can, or at least that would probably be the best for them to do, so... Some things definitely slip through quality control or whatever kind of process they have for that, I'm sure. But, you know, it happens. So many finished products come with grammatical errors. We've all seen them in textbooks and things, you know. You can image things other than the human body, too. Like this root, for instance. So, what we're seeing on the left is a slice of that root? I think so. What are we supposed to do, then? I think trial and error is going to be the best way to figure this one out. Just start messing with it, and we'll see what happens. Alright. Hold the X button and press the left stick up and down where the image of the root is displayed to scroll between layers. The bottom layer has 8 circles of different colors. 4 of those circles are blank. Assign an appropriate number to each circle. The numbers you can use are displayed below the cross-section. Grab a number with the X button and move it with the left stick. Here's nothing. The heck? Oh god, there's fractions and shit. This seems guessable. But do I want to just do that, or do I want to try to figure out how to... Okay, there's fractions here. 100. Wait. 100. Yeah, this just has to do with adding up to 100, maybe? It seems? Do I know enough about math to understand what this is going about? I'm not sure. But I like the way this puzzle is designed, and again, like, the fact that people can sit, you know, in an office and come up with these interesting, clever puzzles, I will always be amazed by game designers and the things their brains can do. Again, a lot of it's because a lot of it's logic-based, especially coding and all of that, and like I've said, that is probably my weakest suit of anything. So, I'd say that out of the multiple intelligences that I'm aware of anyway, language is probably my number one. And I'm also pretty good at just intuiting things and trial and error and that sort of thing. Expressing emotions and that sort of a thing. But as far as the thinking side of that, you know, not so much. And also, I'd say that my ability to speak and write are pretty damn high, and always have been. But anxiety is definitely mucked with my abilities in those areas before. A lot, but I'm working on it. Especially in person. Anyway, alright. It really seems like this should be kind of an easy trial and error thing, actually. Unless you have some kind of limited amount of tries here. I feel like this is very just trial and errorable. The levers, I don't know. I didn't even want to trial and error those at a certain point. But I think I could do that here. I really doubt. Yeah, no, this is a lot of trial and error, man. This is like a lot. Because like there's 2 numbers there and there's 2 numbers here. But it says, the yellow says 4/16, there's a 19 there. What the fuck does that mean at all? I think I'm just gonna trial and error this shit. But I'm still thinking about what the hell this could even be. What could this be? Do we need to add up to 100? I mean, there's 4 circles here and there's 4 roots. Wait a minute, I'm starting to get something. 4/16, hold on. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea of what this might be. And I have not looked up solutions yet. Okay, I'm starting to get into the logic of this one. We'll see how far I can go with it. I'll do my best. And this feels great. Remember, Dirk, you had all of this hullabaloo getting to even record this today because of how difficult it was for you. But now you're just in the game and having fun because it's challenging. Amazing, right? When I make videos, I feel better about my whole life. But making videos is pretty hard to consistently do. Especially when I don't seem to have a lot of external stuff, but even when I have a lot of external stuff from it, oftentimes, likely because of that, it'll probably still be hard to make videos, you know? But because it's hard, that's why it's rewarding to be like, hey, I did that, you know? Similarly to video games, but like more so. Because there's a lot more that goes into making these videos than just playing a game. I have to work on being entertaining, I have to work on pacing of the video, all sorts of things, and also on the editing process and basically marketing my video to the internet. There's all sorts of shit that I have to do, and all of the little things that go into a YouTube video that is not just making the video, like thumbnails and description and timestamps and all of that, and tags, and again, trying to find places to put your video that will get it, hopefully, enough eyeballs to make something happen. That sort of a thing. But I enjoy the process the more that I get into it. And so this is work that I want to do, so I'm gonna keep working on it. Because it's very fucking fulfilling to just do it without at least much reward from it. Which is why this is something that I could do with my career. Because you have to build a career, we all know this. Especially if you want to be an independent artist, and I do. I want to be an independent person that does my own thing that makes money. And that's hard to do in this day and age. The society is more and more and more and more based on, you know, business systems and companies, and the little guy is taxed to fuck and generally buried under the big guys. And that's just kind of how we are, but I'm meant to be the little guy, and I'm meant to inspire and entertain and create in my own way. That is what I feel. And one of these days I might be part of a company or something, but it would be because I believe in that, in doing that a lot. Because I believe in doing this YouTube a lot, and that's why I'm putting so much of my life into these videos. Thankfully, y'all don't have to sit there and wait while I think because of the magic of editing. Because I take a long time to think about stuff like this, and I'm coming more to terms with that, appreciating more of my shortcomings and how to work with them. And also, especially, even more so, my strengths as well. 46, that doesn't seem right, so I don't think it's addition. It might be division, or like fractions. I think fractions might be it because it's splitting. It splits in 4, and then each of the 4 splits split in 2, so I think it really might be fractions. But what does that really mean? I don't really remember anything about fractions, so I might just trial and error it so that I at least put effort forth instead of just looking it up. Although I definitely put a lot of effort into that last one, and then I burnt myself out. So, that was my fault. I do this thing a lot, man. I think it's part of why working a job feels wrong to me. Every time I do, I just feel like I could never, ever do what I'm supposed to right. But maybe it's because I just think that what I'm supposed to do is more than I'm really supposed to do in a very extreme way. And I think that with stuff like this, that is also the case. I don't know, though.
Much later.
There we go. Feels good. Huh. Looks like I got it. By cheating. I'll at least joke it. I'll at least make fun of myself that way. I hope that'll be entertaining, and it's kind of therapeutic for me to just like, haha, laugh it off. Because I feel pretty bad about the fact that that kind of shit goes over my head so hard, but it just does. You sure did! That's amazing! Good work. Now, I could probably figure this stuff out more, and I think these games are a good practice for that. I'm hoping I can get this stuff easier again, by engaging with this kind of stuff because of games and other things that I love. I might get way better at it than I thought I could be. But again, it would take passion as a starting point. That's a huge thing for me. So these games might make me do more math than I ever thought. Who knows, man? Oh, would you look at that? The color changed. I wonder. Have a look, Sigma. This is... I knew it. You've seen a password like this before, haven't you, Luna? Yes. In the AB room and the infirmary. It'll open the safe, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we have the, And hey, I also fumbled and discovered the other password. That feels good. I'll look up the other password if I can't seem to find it, but I've been finding them on my own up until now, and so I will keep doing that as much as I can. So green is the password we need right now, which is moon in the middle left, star in the top center, and another moon in the bottom right. And I've noticed it's always 2 of the symbols so far, which I find interesting. Not all 3 of them have been used yet, but that might change. I wonder if it doesn't change, if that's some kind of narrative significance, or at least it could be posited as that. I'll be thinking about that. Video games complete me, man. The more I just kind of work on this stuff, the more I go through video games, I complete these projects, I do these things, and I fucking feel complete. And like, you know, a whole happy Durgan, man. It feels great. Complaint! Yeah, we did it! Yes! It opened. Okay, let's get our prizes. First we've got a map. It says floor B. By the way, let me know how my Luna voice is. I'm just, just using a softer voice for her. But Fi, I just feel like going with my normal voice because of how tomboyish she is. Just kind of works, and I don't know what else to do for her. But, the more soft-spoken a female is, the more I'm probably going to change my voice to reflect that. In general, when I voice act them, when I read their lines. The one we found in the crew quarters said floor A. So did the one in the infirmary. We came down here using an elevator, right? So that would make A the top floor. Seems weird. Don't the numbers usually count up from the bottom floor? Well, look at it this way. A for above, B for below. Why does that seem ominous? Because it's a zero escape game, everything's ominous. Whatever. Moving on. And again, the fact that Fi also seems to have a lot of positive... Like, again, Fi, not just like the way the puzzles work, but she has a lot of logical conclusions about, like, the way Zero thinks or whatever. I bet those are true too. Again, I think she very well may be the Santa of this game. Our next prize is, let's see, keycards. They have a moon on them. That means these are the moon cards the announcer was talking about. Now we can play the next AB game. They gave us 2, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll take one. That's fine with you guys, right? Sure, go for it. We've got 2 other things left. I've seen one of them before, but this one... Is it some kind of input device? It has a keyboard on it. And a cable connected to the top. We can worry about that later. Might as well take it with us for now, though. And finally, the key. We can get out now. Yeah, it should unlock the exit. Okay, found dead safe. Yeah. No more screwing around. Let's move. I agree, Fi. Because I need to get a move on editing this thing as well. Yeah, this is the right door. I wonder what this room was anyway. Oh, you didn't notice? Notice what? The thing on the other side of the glass, it kind of looks like a metal octopus. Yeah. I think maybe that's an Annihilation reactor. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what this room was. Annihilation? You mean like that bomb? Yes. The core of the Annihilation bomb would work on the same principles. I think Fi knows a lot more than me about these things, though. Well, I wouldn't say that. I've just picked up a few tidbits of information here and there. Tidbits, huh? Yeah, Sigma's sus of her as well, and I think for good reason. If it is what Luna thinks, it should be pretty simple. There's going to be a bunch of matter and antimatter in there, probably hydrogen and antihydrogen, bumping into one another. When they do, they annihilate one another. That's where you get the name, and release a bunch of energy. You can actually calculate how much energy by taking the mass defect end. God, stop! Too complicated! I'm a Sigma. You're saying that octopus thing's a machine that runs off annihilation energy, right? Well, machine is a weird way to put it. It's more like an engine, like a steam engine or an internal combustion engine, just better. All the electricity in this facility is generated by Mr. Octopus. Mr. Octopus, that's a cute way to name it. Very fitting of Luna to name something like that. She gives off that very cute, kind, young woman vibe in general. So that would make this room... Yes, this is Mr. Octopus's control room. I guess it doesn't really matter what the octopus is at this point. We're all done with this room. All we've got to do is insert the key. Okay, let's go. Yes, let's. I agree. 3, 2, 1. I wonder what they were thinking about. I wonder if that's significant. Are they thinking about how suspicious he seems? Still? Because they've got to still be suspicious of him. For good reason, frankly.